The Phoenix Suns are the second best team, in my opinion, right behind the Oklahoma City Thunder, and it's inches, just by inches.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As we are approaching a month into the season, I wanted to take a look around the landscape of the NBA and talk about some players who are breaking out this season, some teams that are actually surprising us with their success, and some teams that are honestly pretty disappointing. For the sake of this video, I'm going to stick to around 4 or 5 teams to talk about, but I do want to give a quick shout out before I start to LaMelo Ball, who's having an amazing breakout season, and Paolo Banchero, who was on his way to a breakout season with his 50-point game. However, he did get injured, so I hope him a speedy recovery. Now, let's get into the video. Taking a look at the conference standings, the Western Conference looks like it's going to be a bloodbath this season, and the Eastern Conference looks very top-heavy as usual, as a lot of teams that we thought were going to be competitive are actually sitting at the bottom of the East. I'm not going to blame the Philadelphia 76ers as they haven't been healthy and they haven't been able to have all 3 stars on the floor at the same time. Despite LeBron and AD's greatness, the Lakers have still looked shaky. They started off the first week of the season looking amazing, going 3-1 just to go 1-3 after that and look like a 500 team. LeBron has been looking great. AD has been leading the league in scoring. Now let's transition over to the Bucks, who I believe have been the biggest disappointment this season, as they start off the season terribly, going 1-6, losing 5 in a row. Doc Rivers does not look good. Damian Lillard and Giannis look amazing. They actually are coexisting way better than they did last season, which doesn't make any sense. Something does need to change though, because it's like terrible watching the Bucks. Like, they are not the team they've been the last few seasons. They're not even competitive. I believe it's fairly obvious that the problem here is Doc Rivers, as he just doesn't know how to adjust when his teams are just falling down. He's just failed the last 3 to 4 stints with any of the teams he's had in LA, in the Philly, and now even on the Bucks. I believe this might be his last coaching job, sadly. It's gotten so bad that the Bucks have been mentioned in trade rumors over Giannis Antetokounmpo. And if he ever does go on the trade block, I believe the favorite to land him is actually the Oklahoma City Thunder. They can throw a package together that is unmatched in the NBA. Maybe 4 to 6 first-round draft picks, J-Dub, J-Will, probably even Lou Dort. I don't see them giving up Shea or Chet yet. And honestly, a team with Shea, Chet, and Giannis is going to be very competitive in the West. Let me know what you guys think down below. If Giannis does become available, what team do you think will pay the price to land Giannis? Will they even be competitive after that? Next, I want to transition into talking about the Warriors, who I believe have been the biggest surprise this season. The Warriors have found a replacement to the Splash Bros with Buddy Hield.
Curry gets in the lane, kicks it out, Hield a three-pointer. It's good! Buddy Hield from downtown!
Taking a look at the most threes made in the last 5 seasons, Buddy Hield even leads Steph Curry in that category. Seems like they found a great replacement to the Splash Brother and Klay Thompson with Buddy Hield, and their offense has been looking amazing, which caps off a nice 8-2 start to the season, and the Warriors just look dangerous. I will be the first to admit that when the Warriors are playing well and Steph Curry is dominating, the NBA just feels more exciting, just feels like a greater product. In the exciting return of Klay Thompson back to Golden State, Steph Curry put on a show and put the dagger in them boys, put them boys to sleep. Another big 3 to end off the game. Don't sleep on Golden State, man. They won a ring 2 years ago, and I wouldn't be surprised if they got to the conference finals. Which brings me to my next team, who I think is the biggest surprise of the season so far, which is the Cleveland Cavaliers. They have come out the gate amazing. They're undefeated. They're about 10-0 right now. This is the only team in the East that I do believe will contend against Boston. They actually has a chance to beat them. They gave them a good fight last season. They went to 5 games. Donovan Mitchell was hurt. But let's not forget, in Game 2, they blew them out in Boston. Donovan Mitchell was showing out that he is a superstar come playoff time. So it's going to be very interesting to see come playoff time. I am impressed with Darius Garland's development. I'm looking to see how consistent he can be come playoff time, especially to help Donovan Mitchell out. We do know that Donovan Mitchell is a superstar come playoff time, but it's about the rest of the Cavaliers. Evan Mobley and Darius Garland going to step up when the time comes, especially against Boston. Boston is one of the deepest teams in the NBA, and you're not going to beat them with just one superstar. Moving on to the last team that I want to talk about, which is a team that I think has been severely underrated and no one is talking about, is the Phoenix Suns. Kevin Durant looks like a completely different person. He looks very motivated. He looks like he's taken on the leadership role. Looking back at last season, the Phoenix Suns were literally the worst fourth quarter team in the league. And so far, to start off this season, they've actually been one of the best. They were 20-21 last season. They are 7-0 in clutch time in close games this season. It's not often that I agree with Kendrick Perkins, but I feel like he hit it right on the money. I do think Phoenix is the second to third most dangerous team in the Western Conference, behind Oklahoma City and the Warriors.
The Phoenix Suns are the second best team, in my opinion, right behind the Oklahoma City Thunder, and it's inches, just by inches.
I thought Kevin Durant taking over the fourth quarter on the road against the Mavs was very key. I thought it was very impressive. It's something I waited to see from him all of last season, and I'm at least happy to see that he's doing it now. Just listen to him.
Do it on the road, man, against a team that just won the West. Man, good win, son. Sun's up, baby.
With all that being said, that's the end of this video. If I left off a team that you wanted me to mention, let me know down in the comments. It's your boy Hoops with Context. Peace.